keep in mind, just because I name her Jessica, nationality-wise and stuff like that, I'm not gonna say where she's from or anything, but just think of a girl. I meet Jessica. It's a very beautiful girl, by the way. I'm talking beautiful girl. She started like wanting to do modeling, and if I had to guess, I would have said she was the same age as me. And I'm 25, for those who don't know. I met Jessica for the first time. I loved her personality. She was very like outgoing, very easy to talk to, very like exciting person. So we were like kind of hitting it off, and this was like summer 2023. We ended up seeing each other a lot. She came over to my place, slept at my place. I went to her place. Keep in mind, this is very important. Jessica is not, she's a student here, but she lives with her parents here, although they're foreigners. But her dad or stepdad is in the military, is in the Korean military, well, the US military, but he's in Korean, like he's a sergeant here or something like that. So he's pretty high. So she lives here with her mom and her dad, or stepdad, technically. When I went over to her place, this is just something I do. This is just how I grew up. But like, when I go to someone's place and I meet their parents, I bring a gift. So at the time, I brought a fruit basket to her mom. And then she said like, oh my God, my mom's gonna love you. Oh my God, I've never had this before. And I was like, she mentioned it in a way that like she has a lot of friends coming over. So I just assumed, oh, she probably has a lot of friends. But she'd mentioned to me many times before that she doesn't do well with friends. Like she doesn't know how to keep them, basically. We're at her place. Also, I have a drone. So I showed her because her dad wanted a drone or something like that. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll bring my drone. I can show him how it works and stuff like that. And he started asking me about all these like, according to like the military law, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, but I know that. And as long as you like follow the rules and regulations about like the maps and shit, you can fly a drone everywhere you want. And you all, of course, have to have a license for it too. He was like, okay, cool. I might get one. The next day he got one. Exact same model too. And then he kept telling her to bring me over to teach him how to fly a drone. And I just got a bit uncomfortable because she would just leave. So I would just be with her stepdad and I'd be like, all right. And then the thing that's so uncomfortable is that when you teach someone how to do something that's so tiny as like a little screen, you kind of have to be really close with him. He wasn't a bad guy. It was just weird. I was like, why are you leaving me alone with your stepdad? I don't even know this dude. So I would be in this gigantic house with her stepdad and her dog. And I would just be there like helping him how to fly a drone. You skipped this part. Oh my God. It sounds like, yeah, I know what it sounds like. I know. I'm not dumb, okay? It sounds bad, which is why I was so pissed at her. After that, I was like, I'm never going to her place ever again. I ended up still seeing her mom because her mom would go out with us to like get her hair done or whatever, like anything girly. Because her mom was pretty young too. Just chill mom. We went into her stepdad's military base and stuff like that, but technically I wasn't allowed to go there because I'm not an immediate family member. So there was like some issues, but they didn't tell me what it was. It was weird. So a lot of weird things happened. I look at her and I'm again thinking she's my age. So I'm asking her, oh, it was the club. She kept saying she wanted to go to the club. And I was like, yeah, I mean, sure. And she was like, yeah, but I don't know any good clubs. Like, could you like tell me where to go and stuff like that? And I was like, I thought maybe it's because like she just doesn't go to the club and she like, because she lives far away from Seoul. It's because she's not old enough to go to the club. This bitch was not even 18. She was 17 turning 18. So I've been hanging out with like a minor this whole time without knowing. She looks older than me, by the way. You know those girls? She looks like that. Just so you have an idea. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, so she had a fake ID because she still went to the hookah bar. She still went out drinking in bars, but she just didn't go to clubs because that was a little bit more strict, I guess. I don't know. November goes by. We still meet from time to time, but it's so cold. We don't really see each other face to face anymore. At this point, it's just call and text and stuff like that. December. I'm stressed because I have my finals coming up. But at the same time, I'm also in a period where I'm like, I'm just tired. I need a break. I need a vacation. I haven't been traveling for that long, which, I mean, for me, not traveling for that long is like a couple of months. I needed the beach. I needed sun. I needed tropical island. So I was like, should I go to Vietnam? I really want to go to Vietnam. And I've always wanted to go to Thailand. Obviously, she knew that. So right before my final exams, I'm studying. She keeps texting me, let's go to Thailand, let's go to Thailand, let's go to Thailand. This is 2 weeks before my final exam. And she keeps like texting me and she's like, let's do it. And I was like, you know what? Cool, let's do it. You know, I'm down. Like maybe you can like do the bookings and I'll like help you, of course, but like it's kind of nice that you have someone to like make sure everything's good, considering that she doesn't go to school. Then she can handle that and I can just focus on my studies. So I was like, you know what? Cool, let's do it. When do you want to go? She's like, let's go in December. I'm like, no, I can't do that. That's too stressful for me. I told her I can go start just January. She's like, okay, cool. What she didn't tell me is that she had met a guy. Another one, and not the one from the club. Also, another thing. Oh, wait, I forgot to say something. She had a list. But her list is way different than mine. She had a rule that said that she would date 100 guys before settling down. 100 guys. She was 18 and she was already at number 20 or something like that. She said something about if you are on a like skyscraper and there was 100 floors, would you just stop at floor number 2 or would you go all the way to the top? So she used that like metaphor that like, why would you stop at number 50 when you can go higher and then get better? I'm like, yeah, but what if you found something good? Why would you go to the next person? Like, you don't know if you're gonna get better. So why not 1,000 instead of 100? I don't know. Her logic did not make sense to me. I was like, if you like someone, why are you like so obsessed with getting 100 dudes to date you? The thing is that annoyed me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It worked. She actually got a new date every single week. She would see some other guys in the other day, and it's because she was beautiful. I get it. And she had this like super feminine vibe over her that I think a lot of dudes like. I don't know what it was. Sometimes I met a lot of these dudes. I'll just be saying like, what's wrong with you? You really like that? Anyway, she was good. I'm gonna give it to her. She did a good job. She had dudes pay for her. She had dudes like take her out real cool places. She had dudes like calling her up all the time. Like she had them wrapped around her fingers. But that doesn't mean that they also wouldn't play in her. A lot of the dudes were not interested in her whatsoever. Like they knew she was for the streets. So they were using her too. And guys, it gets worse. It gets way worse. The real story gets when we're in Thailand, by the way. Just keep that in mind. Maybe after Thailand, actually. Imagine a place like Thailand. Yeah. It's not even close. So she met a guy. The name? Jonas. Jonas from Germany. Jonas had a friend, Lucas, also from Germany. So she met this guy and she met him from Hinge, I think. I get into a group chat with Jonas, Lucas, and her, and Jessica. And I'm like, what's this? And then she calls me. She's like, oh my God. She did mention about this guy before, so I did know who he was, but she never asked permission for like anything like of them joining us or anything. So she met him already before, and we had already bought our plane ticket at the time. So when she put us in a group, I was like, what is this? And she was like, oh, Lucas and Jonas, they did a like exchange program. They're gonna be in Thailand at the same time as us, so I thought we can just hang out with them. And I was like, okay, cool. I have my plan that I want to do. Like, I have shit that I want to do when I'm in Thailand. I don't want that to get ruined because you want to hang out with some boys. Like, I'm just saying, right now, before we travel, I'm a solo traveler. I don't mind going places by myself. So, like, if there's something I want to do, I'm gonna do it. I just don't want you to get offended or anything like that. And she was like, no, it's great. It's cool. Like, I have Jonas if that's the case. I was like, okay, cool. We cool. This is like during my exam period. I'm literally every single day in the library or I'm in the class taking an exam. And she's calling me and texting me every single freaking second. Every second. Why are you not going into the group chat? We're asking you about this. We need to find a place. All these things. I'm like, first of all, what do you mean we? First of all, I told you I have my plan. The only thing we need to do, is find a place. But why in the group chat? I thought that it was going to be me and her in a hotel room. And fuck whatever they do. I don't give a fuck what they do. I thought they were already there in the first place, so they already have a place. I was so confused because they went to Thailand in December. So they were already in Thailand actually at the time. Oh yeah, they were already in Thailand at the time. So I had already a couple of Airbnbs saved and a couple of hotels saved as well. She tells me then, I think this is one of the last days I have of my exam. She says, we found a hotel. Please accept. We're gonna buy this one. So I'm like, okay. I don't look at it for a long time. The day they want to buy the hotel, I go in. This is how much it cost. For one day, it cost $150. One day. We were there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks! Are you dumb? I'm a student. I don't have that kind of money. Oh, okay. A little like before thing. There was another girl who I had texted. And I really liked that girl. Like, as in, like, I felt like we were, like, kind of like, you know, Clara and me. Like, oh my god, we, like, have so much in common. And then one day she stopped texting me. Just remember that, okay? Just remember one day she stopped texting me. All right. She could not get me a hotel. So I go in, literally, I'm not kidding you. Literally, I go into my Airbnb, 5 minutes, I find an Airbnb and I send it to her. Each room has their separate, huge bathrooms. And then in the middle, there's a living room and then the kitchen. And then like, that's how you get out. And then there was like a huge balcony around as well. And we had a pool and it was right next to the beach. I'm talking like when you look outside in our balcony, you see the beach, like right inside, like across the street. And when you go back in the backyard, there's a pool. Perfect. Restaurants all around. It was beautiful restaurant. We had both American-based restaurant, but also Thai restaurant. Oh, we had a convenience store right next to us. We had a parking lot right next to us. We had a renting scooter thing, moped thing. And it cost us, for 2 weeks, per person, it cost us around $300. We went from $1,500 per person to $300 per person. They get, by the way, to the hotel 2 days before we do. Now, I'm not like a greedy person, but I'm a fair person. So when I looked at the tickets for the Airbnb, I was looking for like the time that I would be in the freaking country. But they insisted that we had to pay for the 2 days where we were not there. And I was like, wait, why am I paying for the 2 days I'm not there? That doesn't make any sense. I'm arriving 2 days later. So why am I paying for you to stay there? You can just not go there at the time. Like, I was like, bitch, that's not really my problem. I don't even know you. Like, if it was my friends, cool, I'll do that. But it's not even my friends. I don't even know who you are. Find a place to stay until we get the Airbnb. We got into like a mini fight. She was like, come on, why are you gonna be like that? I'm like, because I literally am on a budget. I have to still pay rent. I have to pay insurance. I have to pay everything myself. I don't got daddy's money. I don't got a dude that can pay me for everything. Like, if you want to pay for him, then you pay for the extra and mine. I'm not gonna pay. So I got to pay for the night that we arrived at least. So I was like, fine, you know what? I don't even want to talk about this anymore. They were there. So imagine like they arrived at the daytime, like check-in is like 3 p.m. and we arrived at nighttime. So I was like, fine. I would probably have booked it anyway during that time. I'm a bit negative. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a bit negative because I could already tell how this trip was gonna be like. She was gonna be all over this dude, having her little honeymoon, while we, or at least me, is just sitting here at the side like as an audience. I'm like, I'm not CLMing this freaking trip. I told her, listen, if you want moments with your dude, go ahead. I don't care. But just let me know beforehand because I don't want to ruin my day because, you know, third wheeling and shit. And she was like, no, but like Lucas is gonna be there. I was like, no, I'm gonna hang out with Lucas. Who the fuck is Lucas? I don't care. I'm coming to this trip thinking that it was just me and you. And now there are two like strangers joining. Also, keep in mind, in my head, I was gonna lock that door. Like every single night. I don't know these dudes. I was gonna lock a door because there was a lock. I checked. I asked the host. I was like, is there a lock? There's a lock. I was gonna lock the door every single night because I don't trust them. We're sitting in a taxi from the airport to our Airbnb. And she says, oh, by the way, a little change of plans. And I'm about to break it. I'm tired. Also, she said to me, why are you being so dramatic? While we were sitting in the taxi. And I'm like, this is exactly why I'm being dramatic. She says, I really want to sleep with Jonas. As in like, you know, she want to sleep in the same room as him. So I'm like, all right, Good thing that in the living room we have a sofa bed, so you can just take that sofa out and then you can sleep there together in the living room. She's like, no, but I really want to sleep in the room with Jonas. I'm like, okay, well then ask Lucas if he can leave the room and then sleep on the couch. And she was like, why are you being so dramatic? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you want me to do? You want me to sleep in a room with a strange dude that I don't know who is? I've never met before. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? So she's like, yeah, why can't you and Lucas sleep in the same room and then me and Jonas sleep in the same room? I'm like, because I don't know the guy. So I told her, listen, you're not kicking me out of my room. I paid for that room. What you're doing is asking Lucas to get out of his room and sleep on the couch, and then you can sleep with Jonas. You need new friends. Oh, we're not friends anymore. We're not friends anymore because of that. I don't know what you should. And I told her, listen, I don't want to get to know this guy. I'm gonna be in there for 2 weeks. He's gonna go back to Germany. What's the point? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, it's so romantic. No. Also, she was like, oh, you probably would like need to like ask Lucas if you can drive with him in the moped. I was like, drive with him? You think I'm gonna sit behind a dude and hold him and wide? Do you know how intimate that is? No, I'm gonna drive my own moped. Hell no. I don't understand why like she was so into like these dudes. I was like, dude, I don't even care that they're there. They're just paying half of the rent. You know what I'm saying? They're just roomies. Sounds like she was trying to wingman. She did. Straight up. She was like, Lucas is nice. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't care. He could be a saint. I don't really care. I get the way why you have no problem traveling with yourself now. Oh my god. The thing is, you don't understand. It gets worse. It gets way worse. Lucas, she texts Lucas beforehand and he's like, you know, I'm down. I'm cool with like sleeping on the couch. It's fine. So she ends up sleeping in the same room as Jonas. Lucas is in his room and I'm in my room. I was very busy saying that like I would wake up early morning, leave the room, go do something, come back. I did Muay Thai classes. I took Muay Thai classes in the morning. So I would take that in the morning and then I would do something like activities or something like that. Sometimes I would come back home and then Lucas would be like, please don't leave me. And I'm like, why? He's like, they're so loud. I heard everything. I felt so sorry for the dude. I was like, oh, okay, well then I'm leaving now. And it was weird because after my Muay Thai class and I got my dragon fruit smoothie and like all these other things, I would come home at like 2 p.m. What do you mean they're loud? Like how long has they been going on at it? Like it's early morning. Like is this even the time for it? Like I'm so confused. Without showing too much, I took these pictures of this cat, right? That's Lucas in the back. And this cat was so cute. And he just sat down right behind it. I was like, can you move? Oh, by the way, this was my moped. It was so cute. Oh, I can't see anything. This is mine. The reason why I need to show you this is because we took pictures with an elephant. And I just stood next to the elephant. Apparently that was wrong for me. But I stood next to the elephant. Jonas, Jessica's boyfriend or whatever they were, stood behind me. And then Lucas and Jessica was on the other side. And I didn't choose that. So when we took the picture, she was like, why did you stand next to Jonas? We should have stood next to each other. I was like, but he went up behind me. I don't know. Okay, so I can't really like show a lot. Dude behind me is Jonas. And then on the other side, again, I can't really show, is me not trying to show their faces is just so funny. Is her and him, Lucas. So obviously so she got pissed that we were standing together and they were standing together. But I just went because like the one working there, the elephant working guy, he was like, go, 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 go. And then he pushed me that direction. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just went over there, took my picture. Jonas came this side. I didn't even think about it. I asked them to move, both of the dudes, because I wanted a picture by myself, which I got. But it was just like, what? Like, what? Guys, I'm like, I swear to God, I have nothing against her. I don't hate her. I don't do anything. For me, I feel like I just get that she was very young, immature, and like, it happens, you know? I'm not trying to make her look bad. I'm just telling you what happened. That's all I'm saying. I even remember one time, my coach, my Muay Thai coach, he texted me. He was like, he can't make it today. So he would have to like send me to another coach that had time at that time. And apparently that same coach was Jonas's coach because we went to the same gym. One day, me and Jessica, we go to the gym. She's wearing like really pretty outfit and like she's being complimented and everything. Jonas has just finished his session and then I'm right after him. And then this is the first time that he sees me box. Oh my god, I really want to show you guys my boxing. I'm really good. I mean, you can't see much, but it's basically just me. Okay, I look stupid. I don't want to show it to you. So Jonas, my coach couldn't be there. So I had to get Jonas's coach. And then he had just finished the session. So him and Jessica sitting on a bench and I'm starting. Again, he was like, you're not bad, like you're pretty good. So we did some exercises and there was this other dude. He could be American. He was like tall, skinny guy. I don't know why, but they wanted me to fight him. And let me just say, actually I won. Obviously, like he towered over me, but when he just looks at technique and stuff like that, I got more punches in and like it looked more lean and stuff like that. So, but they said that compared to me, he was still a newbie. So they said Jonas had to come in and do it with me. Jonas have done other kind of boxing. Like he's like a fit guy. So I was like, wait, hold on. You want me to box someone that's not only twice my size, it's not spinkle or like skinny, like super muscular, and like has done different kinds of boxing than Muay Thai? And they're like, no, just for fun. It's your friend, right? And I'm like, yeah, but like still, I don't know. I couldn't tell because keep in mind, this is limited English as well because they don't speak, at least my coach didn't speak that well. He was like, your friend. I was like, yeah, but really, not really. Not really, my friend. I was there having to box now my friend's boyfriend. This is why I said it get worse. I told you it got worse. And guess who was very jealous about that? We're like both sweating completely. He had already taken off his shirt. I don't know where that went. And then now I'm standing there with my pink gloves, ready to fight my friend's boyfriend. And I went in. I started punching him, and I could tell he was holding back. Like, so bad. He was, because I saw him punch with his spare. That's what it's called. Spare with his coach before. And they were going at it. But with me, he was like, you know, ow. And then, you know, it was awful. In the end, the coach was like, you know, we just had to do some small exercises. Basically, he just wanted to help. He wanted Jonas to help me upgrade, like improve my form because it was a bit bad at the time. So was she there? Yeah. She was sitting at the bench and she was angry. Oh my God. She was pissed. And guess at who? Me. What did I do? She was pissed at me. She was like, why are you being like, I don't know what the hell she said, but she's like, I don't want you like in his gym anymore. I was like, you can't choose that. I could go whatever gym I want to go to. She was like, yeah, but you're only going there because he's there. Sorry. I have a different coach. I have a different time that I go to the Muay Thai. I have never seen him there. Neither have I ever thought about going there, like because of him. I didn't even know he was in that gym. I had already applied at the time before knowing he was there. So Jessica, come on! I don't care about your boyfriend. I'm not as obsessed at him like you are. I don't care. I don't know the dude, bro. She's very insecure, which is weird because she's really pretty. So I was like, as I mentioned before, she was wearing a really cute outfit. So she was, a lot of the time when Jonas and Jessica goes out together, they as a couple get a lot of good compliments. And she loves that. She's like, oh my God, we're such a pretty couple, blah, 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 all these things. Like, I can't believe she said some of these things, by the way. Because she loves it when people are complimenting them as a couple, she got pissed when they said we were good sparring partners. Not couple, partners. Very different. People that hit at each other. We're good at that. She didn't talk to me the whole day. And it was 11 a.m. I would get it if she got pissed because I hit him and he got a blue eye or like kicked him in between the nuts or whatever. I don't know. Or if like something happened that was super intimate, like in a position. Nothing happened like that. So there was one time where we went to get our nails done. I go and I had booked a time. I told her, I was like, did you book a time? She was like, you didn't do it? I was like, no, I'm not your freaking tour guide. I'm not your mom. I'm not your babysitter. You're an adult. I told you I was going to go this time. You said you were going to be busy with Jonas. Why are you looking at me now? She's like, do you think that they will still accept me? I was like, I don't know. Perhaps. I mean, you can come, but I don't. So I go. Obviously, they're busy. She get pissed at me. She said, why did you still go in when they didn't have like time for me? Excuse me? I beg your finest pardon? I told you I have booked the time and I'm gonna go. What do you mean, why did I go? Because they didn't have time for you. What do you mean? She was like, yeah, but like we could have changed your time so like it was gonna be same time as me. Otherwise it's just boring or whatever, some weird stuff. I don't know what the fuck you said. I told her, listen, I don't understand why you keep complaining about these things. I always warn you beforehand. And this is important. It's important you hear this because I told her, I warned her, I was like, listen, I always tell you before I go somewhere that I'm gonna go there. I never just go there without your knowledge. I let you know I'm gonna go. I let you know what day, what time, and what I'm gonna do. I tell you everything. So I still don't understand why you complain when it doesn't go, you know, according to your benefits. She's a complete narcissist. No, I feel like now when I look back, I'm like, yeah, she was a complete narcissist. Basically, we had a huge fight. I couldn't handle it because like in Thailand, obviously it's super hot. We were standing in the sun. There was no place for shadow except if I go into the store. And I told her, listen, I can't stand outside here because it will make me faint. And she was like, you keep talking about fainting. I hadn't fainted at the time, by the way. She was like, you keep talking about fainting. I was like, I can't. If I stay too long in the sun, I can faint. And I felt like fainting at the time, which makes sense because I did faint the day after or something like that. I've already had enough at this point. I've had enough. And not just with her, the dudes too. Trust me. They also had bad moments I was just like done with. This is the worst part of the trip, by the way. This is the night before we have to go. I tell them, I think it was, I don't know why, but Thursday keeps coming up in my mind. I don't know why. But I told them weeks before, can we please go to Fifi Island on Thursday? Then we will be there on Friday as well. And then we will come home. I kept telling them, can we please buy like the book the ferry or like the speedboat online, because on like TripAdvisor and all the other things is really cheap. It's a really good price. Nobody answered me. And this was the one time, freaking one time, I didn't listen to myself. I was like, you know what? Fine. At this point, I've done everything I wanted to do. At least like most important part. I'm not gonna just book a ticket without them. Like that seems a bit too much. I should have done it. I hated this part of the trip so much. So, I do what I have to do. So I'm just like a bit naggy. I'm like, guys, we can't just buy it the day before. Like, what do you do? Like, we can't go now. You know, it's already too late. It's gonna be so expensive for us if you go. They're like, no. We found like a travel guide, like whatever. It's something weird. So they went to one of those, which, in my opinion, is a bit of a scammer. Like, they always take way too much in price than like other places you can find. And keep in mind, this was like 9 p.m. So it was already super late. I'm not super late, but like considering like things are closing now. And Lucas runs out to go to this like travel agency so that we can the next day go to a speedboat. And like, you know, dude comes back. He comes in, he's like, give me your money. Like, whoa. Are you robbing me right now? What the fuck is going on? You took a whole freaking week to start robbing me? He was like, give me your money. I was like, what do you need my money for? He was like, I found like the travel agency. We just need to pay them. And then we're in for tomorrow. I was like, wait, hold on. First of all, what islands are we going to? What time is it? Where do we have to be? Like, you can't just say, give me your money. And then I'm going to be like, okay. And then just give you my money. Also, how much is it? All right. It was 2,000 baht, which means it was like $60 for one way. No, it was both ways. Both ways. With a speedboat. First of all, you might think that's reasonable. No, that's hella expensive. In Thailand, at least I found way cheaper options that you can get. He was like, give me 2,000 baht. I was like, 2,000? For what? And it was 2,000, and then we were only going to be there for one night. I was like, okay. And I hate when things are rushed like that. I don't like that. Obviously, sometimes when things are spontaneous, it's fun. But not this. Not this. Not like this. Also, keep in mind, we had to wake up at 5 a.m., which is cool. It's not the problem. But we weren't even prepared for that. It was late. The dudes had smoked, by the way. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. So they were gone. So he was weirdly like talking in a way that I didn't understand. And like, I was like, you think this is a good idea? We're gonna go at 7. We have to wake up like almost before 5 a.m. It's already 10. You have to go pay a dude that we don't even know if it's a scam or anything. Like, we don't even know anything. He was like, "No, trust me. I don't know. It was weird. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I give him the money. I was like, at least like, I mean, it is a lot of money, but like, I was like, honestly, rather this than something else. I was like, you know, take it. I don't even care if it's a scam anymore." The speedboat took almost an hour to 2 hours. Do you understand? For those who have not been on a speedboat, is the most uncomfortable shit in the world. You're constantly like this. And I mean like this, it's not like a wee. No. Your butt is hitting the freaking seat every freaking second. It hurts. You can't sleep. You can't like relax because it's 5 a.m. in the morning. You can't do anything. You can't do shit. Water is in your face. It's so... Ugh! And then, in the speedboat, you could only sit 3 people, and we're 4. So obviously I had to be the one who sat with a stranger. And this lovely stranger, let's just say, is a very, very big fella. And I was sitting at the corner. So I only had like a wall to me. I was sitting like this, and I was like... I can't even do this right. Plus, I got water in my face because I was right next to the window. So, as you can imagine, 5 a.m. I haven't gotten enough sleep because I had to pack for the thing. I haven't gotten enough food. Nothing. I was dead. So we get there. I'm hella dizzy. Like, you don't understand this kind of dizziness you get when you're in a speedboat. It's insane. Like, ground is shaking and shit. It was bad. My hair was all tangled. My face was all like dry but like wet because of the water from the ocean. Like, it was bad. I hated it. We get to the hotel. No, it was a hostel, but it was a private room with 2 single beds, 1 king bed or king size bed, right? In one room. The bathroom had a door. The door to the bathroom had, I don't know what they're called, but you know when it's like lines. You know when they to block the sun and shit? In the bathroom though, there's no sun to block. And there's nothing in between, meaning that if someone was shitting in the bathroom, we can hear everything in the room. And it was right next, like the room was smaller than this room that I'm in right now. So you couldn't take showers because you could see everything. You couldn't shit in the bathroom or anything in the bathroom basically. You couldn't do anything because everyone would hear you in the room. The AC was right above Lucas, poor guy. So we couldn't even turn on the AC because he would get it right in his face. There wasn't even space for anything, and the room was filled with mosquito. Super bad condition hotel, hostel, whatever that was. I looked to her. I was, again, not in charge of looking for hotels. And I'm like, you want us all to sleep in this room like we're some small, like, kids. You want us all sleep in this tiny-ass room. The door key was like... Oh my god, it was a broken key that you had to like fidget into the door to close and open. So we got locked in and locked out all the time. There was one time I locked the door behind me and apparently I never locked the door. So the door was wide open. I had my iPad, I had everything in my room. It was just open. It's like a hostel, but it was like a room that was only for us. But like 2 single beds and 1 king size bed. It's very important you know that. It's very important you know that. But this is the worst part that happened in the trip that I got pissed about. I go back to my hostel. At this point, it's like 5 p.m. maybe. I go back. I open that stupid ass freaking key because of like, you can't open it up. And there they are, all of them in the freaking room. They went to the beach and then they got home. So they haven't really done anything. And they were just drinking beer. So it smelled like shit. And it was a tiny room with 0 like air conditioning or like airflow or anything. So it was just gonna smell like shit all night if they kept drinking there. And I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like pre-drinking. I was like, it's 5 p.m. Did you even get like dinner? I was like, no, pre-drinking. I'm like, you're insane. You're absolutely insane. I was like, whatever, I don't care. I start like fidgeting something in my backpack, whatever. I just do my stuff. And then I hear moaning behind me. And I'm too scared to turn around. Because I like, imagine I'm like, this is my bed. I'm just doing my stuff. I'm like in my bed and I'm just hearing stuff and I'm like, I want to turn around, but at the same time, I'm too scared to see what's happening. So I'm like, okay. And the thing is, I know Lucas is behind me. So I'm like trying to ignore it because I already done that multiple times. But this was different because not only were they on a bed in a closed room she was on top of him. So I was like, you're not gonna do it while we're here, right? Like, we're in the same room. I didn't say that. I was just thinking, like, you're not gonna actually... But then I was like, fuck it. I went to the bathroom, I go out. I don't even want to say it in like, stream, but she was, like, dry humping him. Right in front of us. I just said, no, you can't, no. I got so pissed. I was like, no way. I'm not gonna sit here and stay quiet while you, oh my God, what the fuck? I got so pissed. I was like, what are you, like, okay, you know what? Fine. You're a kid. You're like 18, whatever. Dude, your friend is here. Isn't that weird? And a strange girl you don't even know. What the fuck? Okay, you're drunk, but that's not an excuse. You're weirdos. This is why this was the worst trip ever. That's so, I would, listen, I don't care. You smoke, you drink, drugs you take. There's no way you're that insane that like you're having eye contact with your bro. Is that like a kink or something? Your friend, I don't understand. So I just started yelling at them. I was like, no, this cannot be happening right now. Like, this is so disrespectful. We are literally sharing a room together. You cannot like do stuff like that in front of us. That's so rude. I've been staying quiet for a long time, but you guys have been so uncomfortable to be in a room with. I hate it. So I left. I was like, fuck this shit. I get a call from Jonas, and he's like, sorry, that's not right. He never meant to make us feel uncomfortable. I feel like she had like this thing, like she loved it when people were watching her and stuff like that. So he felt sorry. He called me, he's like, I'm very sorry. I didn't know what would happen. It was really like, rude of us to do that. It was very, inconsiderate, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't really taking the sorry too serious. I was like, whatever. Later that night, I met Guy. He showed me around. And then I got a call and the girls, the team or whatever, the group was in this area, like party area. I met up with them. I don't know what happened because we were in a club. The people up there were all foreigners, obviously, and they were doing that train thing, and then suddenly we lost Lucas and Jessica. So it was just me and Jonas, and I was like, what's happening? So we went out because we didn't know where to go. Me and Jonas were sitting at like the beach stools, whatever they're called. We started just talking, and he wanted to really apologize about what happened and that he had trouble with her, like he couldn't really understand her, all like stuff, and I was just there like, alright. He kind of ends up being on my side, so he gets my point, and he's like, we kind of have like deep conversation, but it's really weird because people in the back are like partying like shit, like drunk and fucked up. So we go back into the party thing. There's a bull. Not a real bull. Like, those mechanical bull? Yeah, there's one of those. She tries that. Jessica tries one of the mechanical bulls, and she's thinking she's gonna look super sexy on top of that. At least that's what I'm thinking, right? She doesn't. She falls off really easily, and she also falls off kind of weirdly in a way that you would think that she hurt herself. And Jonas is right next to me. He doesn't help her. I don't know why. I think he kind of got pissed at her. So when she fell, he didn't really care. And it was kind of weird because I'm standing, imagine like, the bull ring thing. I'm standing, he's standing next to me. We've been gone for a while. So Lucas goes over and he helps her up and stuff like that. I remember I was standing next to Jonas outside of the bull thing. She's looking at us. She's pissed again, like always. I knew it was gonna happen. I was already waiting for it. She get pissed. She says he cheated on her with me because where the fuck were we? So we just sat at the beach outside. He was like, no fucking way. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna like butt into this. And then she says, because I'm not saying anything, I'm guilty, and therefore I am, I did it, And I was like, no. At this point, I've had enough. I've had enough. They make up. We also sort of make up. I think she ends up kind of apologizing, saying that it was because she doesn't actually apologize. She just blamed everything on the being drunk part. So by the way, we didn't go back home together. I went back by myself. So when I went back home, I was really sick, so I didn't really talk to anybody because I was sick. So it's been a week after I come back home. She was there for a week longer, so she was home at the time. I text her and I'm like, obviously it's been a week, so I'm like cooled down. I'm like good, So I tell her, like, by the way, I'm gonna throw a birthday party. If you want to join, you can join. I don't even know why I did that. After that trip, I don't know if my freaking influenza like fucked up my brain or something. I don't know what happened. She's like, no, I have to go to New York. I'm like, cool. We don't have, I know, because you're going to 28 and my birthday's the 1st. We can meet before that. Nothing. No reply. I'm like, okay, cool. Couple of weeks go by. This is mid-February. I meet this girl. By the way, if you go on my Instagram and you see the picture with a bunch of girls, those were the girls. We go to this event. These girls were gorgeous. They were all pretty. They were all really, really nice. One of them is the girl that I used to talk to who stopped texting me. So I'm like telling this one friend of mine, I'm like, actually, I know this girl. We used to text so much on Instagram, but for some reason, she just always left me on read, or like she just never texted back. Like if I would comment on her story, she would just like, you know, like and not do anything about that. I meet her and she starts talking to me. She's like, hey, like, we texted. It was finally nice to meeting you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I need to talk to you because you know Jessica. I was like, yeah, I know Jessica. She has beef with you? No. Listen up. Apparently, Jessica have been talking shit about me to this girl, saying that I was trying to steal her boyfriend from her when we were in Thailand, that I was being extremely toxic, that I punched him, which I did because we were doing Muay Thai. It wasn't part of her. She was like, oh yeah, she punched him in the face and shit like that. It was part of the practice. My coach told me to do it. He was fine with it. And to be fair, he punched me too. She said that I yelled at her and him because they were being intimate, which I did. And that I was being unfair because this was their moment too. And I was like, yeah, but not in front of me. That's just freaking gross. She was just saying all these super bad things about me and like basically like making me look like this horrible person, that I was being rude, that her mom hated me, like all this weird stuff where I was like, hold on, what? I learned her stepdad how to drive a drone. I gave her mom a fruit basket. Her mom texted me all the time. What the fuck are you talking about? She was like, no. I know you're not a bitch. I know that now. So the thing is, this girl, let's call her girl B. Girl B has been talking to all the other ladies that we know in common, and they've all been like, what the fuck? She's not that kind of person, you know, yada, yada, yada. I'm so sorry for like being so like cold towards you. I really thought I did the right thing. Like she thought that Jessica was saving her from like a bitch, but in the end she was actually hanging out with the bitch. Let me tell you why. Jessica goes on a trip to Busan with girl B, and she brings 2 new boys with them. Not Jonas and Lucas, completely different boys that I've never heard of before. So apparently girl B went through the exact same thing I went through, where the day they had to travel, she invited 2 boys with them, had one of the boys pay everything for them. I was like telling girl B, I was like, it's so weird that she would say so many bad things about me because I really thought we had a good friendship. I was over at her place, she invited me over, I slept at her place, and girl B was like, yeah, me too. I was like, you slept at her place too? She's like, yeah, me too. I was like, well, I was like, you know, teaching her like stepdad how to drive a drone. She was like, yeah, me too. I was like, you too? She's like, not a drone, but like I was teaching him some stuff about like whatever. I was like, but I gave her mom like a fruit basket shit. She's like, yeah, me too. I gave her like, I don't know what she gave her. I'm not gonna lie to you. Basically, we were exactly in the same position, although I was in Thailand and she was in Busan. And then I just looked at her, I was like, no way! She played you too!